Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 16, I believe, Joel, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm so glad you're keeping track. I'm so glad he's keeping track.
16 feels like 1600.
Oh, man.
I'm Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Joel Mitchell, Australian PGA professional. Mate, how you doing?
Great, fantastic. How are you?
Very good, mate. Very good. How was your most recent round? Or do you want me to get stuck into that first?
Well, I think before we get into it, we must acknowledge something that's happened in the golf world.
I'm glad you brought this up. We were umming and ahhing about whether or not we wanted to discuss this at all.
I think because so many I've seen on social media, Instagram, TikTok, that a lot of people have brought it up just to sort of raise that awareness of the
situation,
the certain event and the severity of it. So I'll quickly just run you through. Grayson Murray is a PGA Tour player at age 30. You said that you saw a post.
I woke up on Saturday. Tour? I saw a post on Saturday morning. I woke up before my round and saw a big
white
blue,
writing.
Big white writing on a blue background, which
generally means
in history, based on from what the PGA Tour posts, generally means some pretty hectic news, be it positive or negative. Yeah. And unfortunately, this time around was the most extreme of negative circumstances.
So Grayson Murray, PGA Tour player at age 30, was discovered he passed away. I think it was Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that.
And
tragic event in the golf world. I've seen a lot of tour players expressing their heartache and can't even imagine how these family would be going. So condolences to them.
Yeah, we send our condolences and our deepest sympathies to his family and his friends and his loved ones and everyone who is feeling the hurt from their loss.
Exactly.
And we will include some links and some numbers in our description this week.
Exactly. So they'll be heavily
if you do require any assistance, please speak out to someone.
Absolutely.
It's the utmost important thing at the moment. So
absolutely.
We were umming and ahhing, as I said, about whether or not we should acknowledge this because
I think it was best.
It's probably best that we do it, and for good reason as well.
Just because we're heavily involved in that sort of scene in terms of watching a lot of golf, and this is a golf podcast essentially.
Exactly.
So we figured such significant events should be raised and made aware of. So that's why we did that.
Tragic circumstances, mate. But
correct. let's get into it.
Let's get stuck into it, mate.
So your question was?
My question was, how was your most recent round? And I asked this. I kind of already know. We've had a discussion about it already.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get into it first before you go? About mine?
About yours? Yeah, if you want. Yeah,
so we're going to do a bit of a most recent round.
When was your most recent?
Saturday. And more often than not, it will be Saturday.
Same, yeah. Okay, So this pod will be literally just what? Just a how's things? Catch up on what we're doing. And
this episode in particular is a general catch up. We don't really have anything planned so much. We were just going to sort of come in and hit record and see where it takes us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one thing we do want to do is have a chat about our most recent rounds and how they're going. But for me, on Saturday at Heidelberg, I played off 6. I want to get stuck into that a little bit as well in a bit. But just on Saturday, I had 32 points. Mm-hmm. Which was a 82 or something.
Yeah, 10.
82?
Yeah. So 82. Yeah. So just real meh.
Really meh.
Yeah, meh.
I was level with my handicap through 15 holes, and I was battling and fell a couple back, got it back, went a couple ahead, dropped off, and then just had back-to-back wipes on 16, 17.
Did you put it in the shit?
I did on 16 off
Left.
the tee. Right.
You never miss right on that hole.
I do more often than you think. I nearly put it in the dam on 16.
That's a 17. That's hard to do.
Yeah, put it in the 17th dam from the 16th tee box is what I mean. Had to take relief. Found the pill.
Oh, you got it.
Went for a walk up the dam and found the pill.
That is like vertical up there too.
It was a little bit dewy as well, so I was really cautious.
Slip and slide.
Oh, it was nearly catastrophic. Took a drop and then flushed a 9-iron from 130 out and just left it plugged in the face of the bunker.
Mint.
Yes, just exactly what you want.
Exactly what the doctor ordered.
You don't want it in the hole.
No, you want it in a hole in a bunker.
You want a fried egg in the face of the bunker. I took 2 out and just I was out of the hole by the stage. By the stage
of the putter throw, both mentally and physically.
100%.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'd rather see numbers on the scorecard than letters. So I'm going to finish it out. And I did. And I had a 7, so it was great.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not
a triple.
Yeah, it's ordinary, but fuck.
I knew I was out of the hole 2 shots before that.
Would you put in the Pierce on 17?
No, almost.
Oh, just short right.
Yeah, no, it was pin high right. It was a tucked right pin.
Oh, did you have a peg at it or did you push it?
I had a peg at it.
Yeah,
I was chasing.
Enough. You were chasing it.
I was chasing and I was like, I'm going to go for this pin regardless, and just left it a touch out there and struggled to get up and down, and it wasn't a fun day. What about you? Because this is kind of intriguing for what we've discussed in the past.
Yeah, so my last round that I just played was very good. So I
Some
played
would say fantastic.
I was very pleased with it. It was sort of the form that I don't want to sound like a dick, but that's the form I expect, and that's the caliber that I really want to really
You're going to
become
sound
a
like
norm.
such a dick.
I'm going to sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
But like Saturday felt like there it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've had a couple low ones in the last probably month or so, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like not saying I've just shot 6 under or something like that, but I've like had to fucking battle. Whereas this one, it was real cruisy. Just every shot did exactly what I wanted to. You know what I mean? And I hit putts online and they went in because I read them properly.
Yeah.
Now, I played at Moonar Links Legends course, which for anyone that's tuned in and has been paying attention, that's where I play Q School.
Yep.
Right. And
if you'll remember,
did I express frustration or was it just saying how it was?
No, you've expressed frustration to me, and I think for the purposes of the recording, you wanted to keep that frustration to yourself.
Okay, good. I kept it on a down low in terms of I just wasn't quite satisfied with how it was presented. We'll go with that. I wasn't.
And I think we should just leave it there.
That's all. I'm
that
going to say.
should explain enough.
That's all I'm going to say, right? And don't get me wrong, Moonar Links is
awesome.
home of Australian golf. It's literally, it says it out in the front. It is an amazing facility, and I've always loved playing there.
Yep.
But in terms of the caliber of event, not quite what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anyway, played there on Saturday, get on the putting green, and it was the exact same as it was at Q School.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, quite okay. It was just me that week. That's what I thought. It's just me, so I had no expectations. Get out there, fuck, were they running good?
The greens.
Oh, pretty firm, quick, like just rolling so good. And I'm like, like kind of disappointed. Anyway, first 4 holes, couldn't read a putt to save myself. Couldn't get it online. So I'm like, okay, it is just me. Can't read this place. Then I chucked the oxygen tank on, put the scuba gear on, and went diving. And I ended up, so I was like even par through my first 6, and then I was 10 under in my next 12 or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
No, sorry, 8 under in my next 12. I didn't shoot 10. So I had a bogey-free 64, so I had 8 under. And I went out and...
You are such a dick.
Shut up. So it's par 72, it was 37 on the front nine, 35 on the back. I turned 35, so I turned 2 under, and then came home in 29. So I had 6 on the back, and it was awesome.
Jesus.
It was an awesome feeling. I had, double the amount of birdies as I did pars.
Far out.
That was my last round, and it's left a really good taste in my mouth. And I had a quick hit on the range before I came here. Had a quick chip and putt, and it felt good.
Yeah,
Hitting the ball solid. Swing feels fluent. Stroke feels good, and I'm gonna try and keep that going forward into.
You got a couple of events coming up.
Not during winter, no.
Okay, cool.
No,
all right, fair enough.
No, maybe at the end it sort of like late August, early October, things will start picking up again.
This is sort of grind season though. I feel like for everyone, right? Like this is, and for me especially, like I walked away from my round on Saturday thinking it's that close.
There was something in there that you can sort of.
I found a couple of clicks. Like there was a click with driver, there was a click with putter, there was a click with my irons. I'm like, it's all starting to get there. It's all starting to mold into something nice. Just need to hold on and try and remember some feelings. I'm going to have a hit on Thursday afternoon after work. But like I said, it's this time of the year where we're coming into winter. Yeah. It's getting colder. Yeah. Sun's going down earlier. Unless you're really trying to get out during the week, you're kind of either hitting balls at the range after hours, or you're rolling putts on the carpet at home.
Exactly. 100%.
It's so hard to keep track of it, and especially considering we've had, and we've discussed this before, we had such a shit summer when it comes to weather.
Facts.
I reckon in the last 12 months, I reckon I've not played nearly as much golf as what I would have the previous 12 months.
Yeah, 100%.
And the 100%. Big, like, throughout the year.
Even when we played heaps more the previous 12 months than we did last
100%
financial year.
Yeah, exactly. Literally,
like,
in this financial year, I've played far less golf than I did the last because the summer period where I would be out once or twice a week, as well as the weekends because of the daylight savings, was just not there.
Yeah, and honestly, winter struck early.
Yeah,
I've really felt it the last 2 weeks where I'm just like, I'll be of a morning. I don't know if it's just the change of scenery where I live now because it's like I feel like I'm in a colder pit, like tiny bit of colder region now, just because I'm below the mountains. It gets foggier, it's denser.
Yeah,
it sort of gets a bit. I'm not going to
feels
tropical. Weird. It's a bit of a change. Whereas previous home I was on top of a hill, sort of exposed to more sunlight and stuff like that. So it didn't feel as cold. But fuck me, mornings I'm like, oh my god, this sucks.
Yeah, well,
and it just
we played quite recently, and you might have seen on our stories last Wednesday. Yeah, we played out at Heritage,
out on the Henley,
and we teed off at 8:30 in the morning.
8:30, yeah.
And you'd expect teeing off at 8:30. You'd expect the fog to hang around for maybe 4 holes.
Yeah, maybe till 9:30 at worst.
Right, an hour.
Yeah,
we were halfway through the back 9, and the fog eased.
Yeah,
we'd been out on course. We'd been out on course for nearly 4 hours.
Yeah,
before the fog pissed off.
Before we could see anything.
Yeah. Like otherwise, we played the golf course blind.
You probably would have seen the story uploaded. Like it got to the 10th hole, and we're just like, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the clock. We're like, it's 11:15. Going, it's almost dinner time, and I can't see you. And I couldn't see you. I'm chipping onto the 9th green. I'm looking around going, where the fuck did he go? No, I'm taking the piss. But still, fuck.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Oh my God. It was like an apocalypse. Like it was as if the whole world had been blown up and we were just on this tiny little fucking island of a golf course, and it was just saturated with just horrible shit. And then, like you said, halfway through the back 9, we're like, where'd the fuck go?
Yeah.
It was like literally we just turned around, we're like, oh fuck, it's gone.
It's almost like it was I think we said it a couple of times, it was a whole new day.
It was. We were going down 16, we're just like, bro, 4 holes ago.
It feels like tomorrow.
Yeah, it feels like tomorrow. That's a good point.
It feels like tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Now, I wanted to have a chat and bring something up because a couple of weeks ago when we had Michael on, we were talking about how higher handicap golfers were seemingly dominating club competitions, taking out wins left, right, and center, and what clubs can do in order to amend it, adjust it, level the playing field.
Previous pod,
right?
The last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, when specifically when Michael was on, we'd spoken about it a fair bit.
Yeah,
I feel like Heidelberg Golf Club might have done something about it without knowing they've done anything about it.
Hit me.
So recently, the golf club had the white tee course regraded.
Yeah.
Right? And has subsequently removed the blue tees from play.
Well, there was too many tee boxes.
Yeah, there's way too many tee boxes.
There was one too many.
So much so, they've actually dug the blue plates out of the ground.
Oh, good.
Right?
Okay,
They're
good.
gone.
Yeah, good.
Right?
Good.
So the regrading for the whites.
Because the blacks and the blues were this far apart.
Yeah, it was a matter of
difference.
Meters, right?
Yeah.
So the way it was previously, I used the blues as like the middle ground. Right?
Yeah.
If you played off the blues, 9 times out of 10, you were playing off whatever your GA was. If your GA is 6, you played off 6.
It was a scratch rating of 72 generally.
Scratch rating 71, actually. So that's why I'm saying 9 times out of 10, you're either playing off your GA or 1 less.
Yeah, okay.
But the white course, up until recently, before it got regraded, was 1 to 2 less.
Yeah. Well, I went from playing off a daily of +5 to +7 last time we played off the white tees.
Correct, and that was a fun day. Like it was good.
It was good. It was great fun. I was fortunate enough to play some good golf and actually play to it.
But then also the blacks is in a bit of a sweet spot as well as the whites, where it's but on the other side of the spectrum where you're getting 1, possibly 2 shots more.
Yeah, depending on the handicap.
Depending on the handicaps and all that kind of stuff. So what the club has done, they've regraded the white course. Golf Australia has been out and regraded it. Yeah. And now you only lose 1 shot off the whites.
Good.
That has been the outcome.
Good.
And I think the club have seen sort of the writing on the wall and gone, well, if we've got 2 tee boxes where you lose a shot, let's get rid of 1 tee box and try and save some turf.
Bit of common sense.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's a good thing because now on Saturdays, and where I think where Heidelberg can improve again further is by allowing golfers the option to pick their tee box on the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and we don't do that currently.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, wow.
So our main days are black days as of now. They're black tees, and then off days. So our main days are Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. Guaranteed you're going to be playing off the blacks. And now the rest of them, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, white days.
Okay.
But it's not that much of a deterrent playing off the whites anymore. Because you might get a shot less. You're only getting a shot less, but you might be 30 metres forward to what you were yesterday if you played on it.
Which is about right.
Yeah, it's about right. It makes sense.
That's so Rosanna made that change. I want to say probably 2 years ago now, where the option for people to choose whatever tee box they wanted, and Golf Australia and Rosanna were rated it in a certain way that it just adjusted your handicap accordingly. So the black tees, you get an extra shot. So it's a scratch rating of 73 or something like that. You get an extra shot. Blue tees, whites. No, whites you get is level.
Yep, 72.
72. And then the golds, which people say is the women's tees. It's not anymore. They don't use that terminology anymore. It's like not the red women's tees. It's the gold tees now.
Yeah.
And it's for men, it's like scratch rating of like 68 or something like that. So
yeah,
you lose
so you're going to lose a couple of shots.
You lose 3, and the blue tees start at each fairway. So you lose 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. And that's the reason why they've brought this in was to eliminate that whole stigma of a ladies' tee box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and a men's tee box. It's now the colour.
Brian and Joe, who are in their late 60s and have always known it as the ladies' tee box, are still going to refer to it as the ladies' tee box. But Golf Australia want the next generation to not know that term. And that's the whole point.
Or not use it in the same bubble.
Correct.
Essentially.
Right? They just want to know, right, that's the reds, we're playing off the reds. That's the golds, we're playing off the golds.
Yeah,
that's the blues, whatever it might be. They don't want to go, oh, that's the reds, I'm not playing off the ladies.
Yeah, I'm not playing off the ladies. Or let's play off the blacks. No, I don't want to play off the men's tees. It's
Correct.
not. It's
correct.
It's just the colour coordination. It determines what handicap you play off.
And that's where I think Heidelberg personally could make their next step forward is to turn around and go, yeah, all right, you're playing on a Saturday, you got your choices. You can play off the whites. It's going to be this handicap for the day.
Yeah.
You can play off the blacks.
Yeah.
It's all one competition.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day...
Does it change for men and women, respectively?
What do you mean?
So if the men on the black tee get their handicap or plus a shot or something like that, do the women get 3
I'd imagine
shots?
so. I'd imagine...
Because at Rosanna they do. If they play off the black tees, the scratch rating for them is like 77 or something. So they get like 4 extra, but we get 1.
Yeah, careful.
Where if they go to the whites, they get 2 extra, we get none.
I'm assuming so. I'm assuming so. If it's not, I'm almost certain it'd be the next step that they want to do is to try and unify the golf course and make it playable to everyone.
Of course. Of course.
And they're making the right steps forward. And as a member, I'm happy that they're doing it. This is just one thing where, it really perked my interest because I'm now starting to think that, all right, well, if you've removed the blues, I want to play a day off the blacks where the tees are at the front. And you're getting an extra shot, but it's easy, so you should score well. You know what I mean? Yeah, I also want to see a bit more like diversity among the tee boxes is what I'm trying to say. So I want to see all right, we're playing off the whites today, but they're all up the back.
Then there's no point.
Correct. But there is a point because you're losing a shot still on your handicap. So the white tee just signifies the tees that you're playing for the day, but you get a bit more variety in the placements of them from the match committee. So you can actually go, right, well, not being like a white hard day, but it's just like, it's the whites and you're losing a shot, but they're sort of back a little bit and you don't expect them to be there.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'd like to see is a bit more and diversification and variety in competitions that we play, tee boxes that we play on, all this kind of stuff I think is interesting. Back in the day, I was completely the opposite thought. If we weren't playing Stableford off the blues, I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, you hated it.
Right?
You lost
now, correct. And God forbid me play like a Jensen's or something. Nah. Not interested. Now I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like, because it's just it's a free whack.
It's free, yeah.
It's a free whack.
Yeah.
I'm out there with my mates, and I can separate why I'm there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I'm playing Stableford off the blacks or like a stroke medal, right, I'm off the black tee box, I'm like, okay, I'm here for my golf game.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm here to have a crack.
100%.
Whereas if we're playing like a 4-ball better ball,
you're here to have a vibe with the mates.
I'm here to have a couple beers with the boys, smack it as hard as I can, end up in the physio's office on Monday, and just have a laugh.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
What was the thing that we were yelling the other day? It was with you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
What was it?
Fairway.
Means I can hit it. Mashed potato. I wish I could explain the clip. I'm sure a few people have seen it. I wish we could like show you right now as you're viewing this.
I can't even find it. I spent half an hour looking for that clip. It's a clip of like
that's all I can think of.
4 blokes having playing a scramble.
Ambrose,
playing a scramble or an Ambrose or something, and one of their boys has hit a fairway, and this bloke is just G'd up as anything, is just screaming, going, "I'm gonna smack it!"
Yeah, he's like, it's basically he's made his hit a fairway, so now he can just go after it. So he's like, fairway, means I can rip it, and just puts this awful swing on it, just rips it, and he just screams. He's just like, just the way he rips into it. So back to this tee box and tee setup. I always love seeing the courses that have isolated tees. So just little circle tee boxes that have plates in the ground. That's the black tees. They're the white tees. They're the gold tees. And they're like fucking junior or beginner tees or something like that. So isolated tee box. So, and I'm not against the long, just sort of strip of tee box,
and they're
where
all
they
in
just
a row.
they're just all in a row where they just peg them down. So, Rosanna's the tendency with the Yarra courses, the courses around where we are, that's sort of that tendency. So, especially that first hole at Rosanna or something like that. Like that there's just this long runway of tee box essentially, and they sort of just place it wherever they sort of.
Wherever it's not dead.
Wherever they feel, wherever there's a nice little patch, chuck it there, nice little patch, chuck it there, sort of thing. So I'm not against that at all. I'm just saying my preference is that isolated tee box.
Similar to like two at Heidelberg. Par 3, where you've got like the blacks are back left, the reds are front right, the blues are back right. Like it's varied.
Depending on what tee box you play off determines how difficult the hole is. So it doesn't. So like you sort of saying how you might lose a shot with the whites, but it's pushed back and you don't expect it. Fuck that. I want to see plates. So the black tees, you're playing the hardest version of that golf hole, and then pin positions change and blah blah blah. Elements change, blah blah blah. You're never playing the same hole regardless of you teeing off the same tee box. And yeah, maybe if during some sort of events you could see some variation, but I really like that idea. So you see it on a lot of tour courses. They have that separation of little circle, little circle, little circle, little circle. And they're all sort of in a line scattered about until they get to the fairway. So red tees are 340 yards, white tees are 390.
And it's different on tour because you got your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday tee boxes.
Of course. And that's the difference. You saw at the PGA, hole 5, maybe? It was real drivable par 4. One of the days they pushed it up and it was like 290 yards. And then the next day it was 375.
Is it the one you got to hit over water? Is that 13 you're talking about?
No, not the one you hit over water. No, not
different hole. Anyway.
Different one. It's real gettable, and a lot of them made eagles and birdies on. It was a massive under par hole, but sort of like that. They could change the tee box, however, keep the blacks, the whites, and it's separated by 30, 40 meters. Respectively.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what I mean?
I get it.
So if you're playing the whites, you're playing the members course, and you're playing the members course only, you're not going to be possibly playing 2 holes from the front of the back tees.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So that's sort of where my stance is. And a lot of courses are really good with that. Heidelberg's really good with that. We separate, usually really good. They'll be better now, separating the blacks from the whites. And it was hard because the blues were there. So it was sort of hard to really space it out.
Yeah.
But now it'll be a lot better. And Rosanna's also eliminated a tee box.
Yeah.
With eliminating the blue tees as well.
Okay.
Or putting them making them a different colour.
Yeah.
Making them a different standard. They're the beginner standard sort of thing. So it's a forward tee, blah, blah, blah. Starts at the fairway. If you're a beginner, junior, or if you just wish to play on it, you can do whatever you want, really.
You told me one day you played it and it was like what was your daily?
My daily would be like plus 12 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's the front of each fairway. So you're hitting 4 irons onto most par 4s.
Well, you would be.
It's not far. You would be as well.
No, I know. I'm saying, but a player of your standard would be hitting 4 irons
I'm trying to hit it onto most par 4s. Most par 4s, I'm expecting to get up and around the green. If not, I would like it to be on. And I'm hitting driver wedge into every par 5.
Yeah, cool.
So it's sort of like that. And then par threes is 70 meters.
It's almost a pitch and putt.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's a real beginning course. And the black tee is obviously your black tees. So you have your 400 meter holes and you have your 180 meter par 3s. So that's where I really like seeing that separation of tee box.
Yeah.
So I've probably got a slightly different view to yourself.
Yeah, slightly.
But it's not really that much.
I'm just in for variety. Because like I said, I've been a member at my golf club for nearly 6 years now.
Yeah.
And, I've played more than enough club golf to know what I like and what I don't like, and it's changed a lot over the years. As I said to you, I used to love the Saturday afternoon, 11:30 Stableford off the blues, and if it was anything else, I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And now I'm sort of in the mindset of like, well, okay, there's benefits and there's positives and negatives to every day of golf. I love playing par. For me, I love par. Stress-free golf. Stress-free golf. You think about how it's set out and like for an amateur golfer, right? You're only getting penalised one thing if you stuff up.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's more reachable.
I guess so.
If you have -5 playing par, which is a pretty dodgy round, you've technically only fucked up 5 holes, or you've fucked up 5 times, right? Whereas that doesn't sound as bad as when you have like 21 points in Stableford. 21 points when you're supposed to have 36 is catastrophic.
Yeah, you're having a meltdown there.
Yeah, I'd rather have 5, -5. It's still a bad day, but it doesn't sound as bad.
I get what you're saying.
It doesn't sound as bad
as
16 or 15 difference.
Those minuses are technically wipes.
Correct.
So those wipes during a Stableford round, you're losing 2 points. So it's like a 5 down for par is sort of like it looks better than 27 points or something like that. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
I'm just looking up the dates of the US Open because I feel like we should let people know about our little update for what we're going to do and how we're going to approach the majors.
So with the majors, we've expressed that we're going to be doing sort of like a bonus ep where what that means is...
Hang on, we haven't expressed anything. We've spoken about it privately. What we were hoping to do...
We said it on an ep.
Nope.
Yes, we have.
Never.
I can almost guarantee it.
No.
Oh, well, I'm expressing it now. Fuck it. so what we're basically going to do is it's sort of called like a bonus episode. So we're going to do a recap of each major, kind of like what we did for the Masters, except we did that one extra episode. So we did the lead up and then the recap. Well, all we're going to do is the recap and it's going to go up ASAP after that event.
Correct.
Essentially. So we're going to try and record that literally the next day.
We tend to record early in the week.
Yes.
Monday or Tuesday, and that's based on your schedule. Your schedule's a bit more rigid than mine.
Yep. And you know what the good thing is? Monday and Tuesdays are way better for me than closer to our upload date.
And
so it kind of works out well.
The closer we are to the upload date makes it difficult for me to actually get it up in time.
Of course, exactly. So
we like to record well in advance so that we can guarantee, firstly, it's recorded and it's all good.
Yeah.
Secondly, if anything does go wrong, we can re-record or figure out another
100%.
thing. And thirdly, so that, nothing can go wrong with anything else.
We're thinkers.
We're thinkers.
We're thinkers.
Right.
We're not just here for our good looks.
You might not be. Anyway.
I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take that. What's that mean? You might... Hang on. Let me decode this for us. We're not just here. You might not be. That means you... What? Hang on. You fucked me. Damn it. No, he's got me. All right. He's got me.
So...
I'm too blonde for this.
We've had a couple of cracks at how we're going to go about the majors. We don't want to talk about tour golf. We've expressed that time and time again. But... the exception has always been the majors. The major tournaments, not just the 4 every year, the Masters, US, PGA, and Open, not just those, but we might also include the Players. We might also include the Ryder Cup, might also include the President's Cup, and then something else that pops up that's pretty cool. Bigger tournaments, FedEx Cup playoffs we might talk about a little bit because it's crunch time.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about the Hawaiian Open.
No.
Right?
No.
Unless someone does something ridiculous like has a 59 or something.
51 or something.
Right? So what
Correct.
we've done in the past, we've had the pre and post episode for the Masters. You'll probably get something similar for the Open. We consider the Open and the Masters the two biggest majors on our calendar, at least.
So good.
Right? We had the recap of the PGA.
It's going to look a lot like that. It's going to go up as soon as we possibly can. And it's honestly, we're expressing how we viewed the tournament, not just expressing
What happened?
Well, Zalatoris had 68 in the second round. He had 3 bogeys and 7 birdies. It's not going to look like that.
No.
That's not how we're going to do it.
Not at all. It's going to be just general chats and stuff. And I feel like, and you're right, getting it up as soon as possible is ideal because we don't want to be behind.
Just so it keeps it fresh.
Keeps it fresh. We also don't want people to wait 7 days or 5 days after an event's finished to hear about what we've got to say about it.
Yeah, because at this point you've heard every bloke and their dog talk about the event, and you're just like, oh, I've heard it, I don't care.
Correct.
So keeping it fresh.
Keeping it fresh. Let us know what you think about that. So we are going to bring those separate. They will be, and from now on, they will be additions to our weekly uploads.
Yes.
So you will always get an episode on a Friday unless something goes categorically wrong, right? The major episodes will be bonus.
Correct.
And they might be shorter.
100%.
They might be half an hour at most.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like how that's going to go. Let us know what you think. If you've got any questions about it, let us know. We're going to keep that schedule, I think, from now on.
I like it. What
do you got for me?
I'm just sort of scrolling through just some of the TikTok vids. It's awesome to see
some of the feedback we've been receiving is been really good. You keep mentioning that you're getting stopped. We're getting left, right, and center.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments. I'm getting stopped by not necessarily stopped, but there's a lot of people. We're starting to see people go, "Hang on, I saw you on TikTok," or I saw your episode or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's really good feeling just to see. It's sort of expanding a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And keep it coming. I mean, it's not just to pump our own tires up, but also just to get that interaction up with you guys. We want more of it. We want more questions from the second cut and in the comments.
Based off that, another thing, that's why I'm sort of scrolling through a lot of TikTok comments now, because one person did mention, they say how we always ask for feedback and ask for questions and stuff like that, but they go, how come there's not a lot of response to that? But we do. We do appreciate all the comments. We do look at them. We absolutely do look at them. But I think like spending 5 or so minutes, I'm going to go through a quick scroll and just see what a trend is on a certain video, and we'll just express it. So I'm just looking at the one now. It is what's like the best time to tee off.
Okay,
best time to tee off. And there's been, and I like this one. Vincent DePaul, 28. He says depends on the time of year. So summer he reckons 7 to 7:30 in summer.
Yeah, back it.
And winter 9 to 9:30. I like where your head's at. And yeah, there's a lot of people that said, "Yep, absolutely spot on." 9 to 9:45.
Go to the best golf courses one.
The best golf courses you played.
A lot of
this
feedback.
This one went everyone that viewed this one. There's almost 25,000 views on this one. Fantastic. Best golf course.
Bunter.
Wow, I didn't know that. So this man Jason, he said Moonlight Links is rated the hardest golf course in Australia at the moment. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Do you want to do some background checks, Jason? We're just going to do some background checking on that. Oh wow, this one. So I won't say who said this, but someone said the worst they've played is Settlers Run. I've
not played Settlers.
I think Settlers Run is good.
Okay,
I do. I like Settlers Run. And here's another thing about saying best and worst golf courses.
It's all opinion.
If you catch it when they've had 60 mils of rain the day before and it's a bit sloshy and they've called the greens, it's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth.
Wow, he's right.
Is he?
Australia's hardest golf courses by scratch rating for men. Moonlight Links has a scratch rating of 77.
The open course. The open course. I've actually come to think of it, that's pretty on there because I've played the open
couple
course.
Of notable mentions for this. So a 4 over par rating, so a scratch rating of 76.
Yeah.
We've got Terry Hills Golf Course in New South Wales, the Australian in New South Wales.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about the Aussie that it's tough.
You'll enjoy this. Newcastle in New South Wales, St John, Heritage St John.
Hey. Well, see, Heritage St John, if you play from the black, is I find since I'm a member there and I've played so much golf there now, I've only been a member
Settlers
there
Run has a scratch rating of 76.
from the plates.
Must be.
Wow.
You've a couple that we've just mentioned.
It's not a walk in the park at all. I've played it a couple times. It is not an easy course by any means, but I didn't think it was that tough.
I think there's a typo here because it's got St Andrews Beach as well. We've played St Andrews.
That's hard.
Well, I want to tell that story in a minute.
From the Blacks. Hang on, I'll just quickly skim through these a couple of times. Best and worst course, people, Peninsula, Kingswood, best. I completely back that. The North and South, unbelievable.
Stop right there. Marcus Raptopoulos, if you are listening, you are a member at PK. And there was somebody in there that left a comment. I think actually messaged us on TikTok asking if we want to play. The answer is yes. However, we do have a contact, and his name is Marcus Raptopoulos. I'm putting it on the record now. I want to play Peninsula Kingswood. And if he's not going to do it, somebody else will. I'm putting it out there. Oh! Let me know. I'm up for it. I'll take a day off work. I don't care.
You know David Micheluzzi's a member there.
Mika?
if you're watching, please, I hope Mika's watching. That'd be awesome.
That'd be sick. Come and join us, Mika.
Royal Melbourne, Barnbougle Dunes. These are all the
list.
Victoria courses. Someone reckons. Kayonga, Adelaide, heard huge things about that place.
Yep.
Kingston Heath, unreal.
Yep. Agree.
Someone said Melbourne Airport is an absolute dog track.
I feel bad.
There's a couple people that have said sort of like something like Devil's Bend is the best course they've played, and sort of like Burnley or something like that is the worst. And we actually did an episode where places like Burnley are really trying to reincarnate a spark, reignite a spark, and try and get it going again. So, I hope he can play a lot higher standard golf courses, because Devil Bend, I've played there before. Good course. It is a good course.
Okay.
It's not a top 100 course, but it is a good place to play. I agree with him.
Just while we're on the topic of hardest golf courses.
Yeah.
So we mentioned St John's got a scratch rating of 76.
Yeah.
It also, Heritage, the Henley Golf Course, has a slope rating
148. 8, yeah, I thought
off the golds. It's the highest slope rating in Victoria.
Really?
Yep. It beats Eagle Ridge off the Blacks, 147 slope rating, and Cape Shank off the Blacks, which is 146.
So, to put in perspective, so obviously, as everyone knows, I'm a member at Heritage and very proud of it. It is an amazing facility, and it is only getting better. It did have a little bit of a downfall due to other things. However, it is amazing now. It's fantastic, and I couldn't be happier to be there, because it's 2 championship standard golf courses. You've played both, and you love it there.
I said it
very, very, very good.
The first time after we played St John, I was completely taken aback by it.
Yeah.
And I said to my mates, so Michael and Mitch, who I also play with, on the following Saturday, if I had the cash and the patience to drive that far,
you'd be there.
I'd join in a heartbeat.
The facilities are fantastic. Golf courses are so enjoyable. And it is just a really good place to be, and it's only getting better.
Yeah.
The Henley course of, like, off the blue tees or something like that, the standard members. Yeah, it's a tough course as it is, but goals, I didn't think it would. Like, I knew it was hard. It is hard. It is definitely, but fucking 148.
We played it off the Blacks, and it was pretty hard.
We played St John off the Blacks,
and we played Henley off the Blacks last week.
Off the gold. That's as far as it goes.
Was that the Golds last week?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the golds is as far as it goes on Henley. There's no black course.
Wow.
Yeah, black course is like the tour course.
Wow.
Hang on, sorry. I'm just spitting out the European or US golf trip.
Yeah.
So there's just a couple comments.
There's a couple of comments on there, and
fantastic detail in some of them.
One bloke did a US golf trip, and if you can find that comment, read the courses he just listed off.
There was one. Oh yeah. So for the US.
Yeah. So who made the comment?
Okay, there's a guy that said, so his name's Els Kent. He did US for 30K, 8 courses including Sawgrass, and then watched Sunday at the Masters. Finished off with 4 nights in Vegas. Fuck. That's mint.
I saw that comment the other day, and I was like, this bloke's done it properly. He's done it properly.
He's lived it. He's been there. He's done it.
He's
recommends it. There's another guy. There's another account. That said, 20K Scotland and Ireland, 14 days, 10 rounds. Carnoustie, St Andrews, Prestwick, North Berwick, Royal Aberdeen, Troon, Dumbarnie, Ballybunion, Lahinch, Port Marnock, Waterville, Tralee, and more for $20K for 14 days and 10 rounds.
I think that's actually from a tour group account.
Deluxe Golf, they're called.
Yeah, I think it's a tour group.
That sounds amazing. That's probably why I chose the Europeans.
Am I whacking some extra cash on the mortgage? Are we going or?
Guys, come on, get the following up, please.
We're taking a break. We'll see you in 3 weeks.
see you in start of August. We're going. All right, yeah. Like I said, we're just checking up on some of the comments that we've seen on some recent popular videos, and yeah,
keep it coming.
Keep them coming.
I really want more questions from the second cut.
Yes. Speaking of which,
are we getting stuck into it?
Do you want to now?
We can if you want.
Cool. Let's get going.
Go. Give me yours.
Let's get going.
Last week, I had 2.
You had 2,
and you had none.
Yeah.
In the PGA recap,
I've got 2 now.
You're gonna give me 2 to catch up.
Now, for those that do know me, I don't take a lot of shit seriously, just because I like that fun. I don't like sitting there thinking fucking. I don't like serious shit too much. Anyway, especially if we're having fun with something.
Yeah.
So I've taken that same attitude into these. So
hang on. It's funny you mentioned that because the questions that you ask is exactly what this whole segment is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I asked the serious ones.
I like that though.
And it's a good little mix.
Yeah.
But the ones that you ask generally are the ones we put on the socials because that's why we want people to come and watch it.
It's entertaining.
Right? It's entertaining and it's good.
This one, I reckon one of them, actually funny you say that because I reckon one of them
is going to end up on
one
TikTok.
of them's going to end up on there.
Oh, sick. All right, let's go.
I actually want to see a lot of comments explaining. I'll do it first. But shut up. First cut question. Who has the best and worst golf attire you've ever seen? Don't have to out them because this is the same as the short game question. You don't have to out them unless you want to. Okay, let's start. Who has the best golf attire? Just who has just
on tour or like a manufacturer?
No, just person. So who has the best taste in golf attire? Let's go tour and let's go just.
I think Rory's got the best taste in golf attire.
Really?
I think and it's all Nike. Like I get it.
Okay.
But like they always do him up well for like color schemes and stuff like that. I have a lot of respect, and this is going back a long way for Payne Stewart.
Yeah, love that shit.
Right,
love that shit.
Tucking the socks, like the pants into the socks, like the old school. Awesome. That seems to be making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah. So I'm just going to make a quick comment on that. My favorite and who I think on tour has the best golf attire, I really resonate with Justin Thomas. The way he dresses, I feel like I match that.
Yeah. Very like one color. So like navy blue pants, like you're wearing now.
Yeah, navy blue pants and a top, but it's color coordinated. It looks and it just flows nicely. I don't wear like outrageous abstract shit.
No.
I can't pull it off. I can wear like a pink top with some stuff on it.
Yeah.
But
anyway. Generally, and I'll spend more time putting effort into my golf attire than I do like if I was going to a wedding, for example.
Same.
Right?
Same.
But my general thing is like, does it go?
Yeah, you blend.
Does it go?
You dress well.
Like I love a blue polo. I love I love a light brown khaki.
You love your blue.
Love my blue polos. And jumpers and stuff like that.
Okay, so Rory,
JT, and Payne Stewart.
Okay.
And I'm slowly getting around Jason Day's stuff.
Love his shit. Everyone can fuck off. For those that think it's
I'm getting around it.
Horrible stuff, I think he makes it work. Keep it coming. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
The worst
on tour. Let's go worst on tour first. No, I wouldn't say worst, but just who you just like, nah, that's not it.
Was it? There was one player, I can't remember if it was Charles Schwartzel or there was, but they used, the attire was fine. They used to wear like green gloves.
Oh,
who was it?
Charles
Schwartzel?
Maybe.
Right? Anyway, can't stand that. That annoys me.
that annoys me. That bugs him.
Black gloves annoy me.
Really?
Black leather gloves when you're playing golf annoy me. I don't understand it. Right? If it's not white, don't wear it.
Wow, okay.
In my opinion.
There you go.
I don't really appreciate Phil Mickelson is so boring.
I personally, I think it's almost gotten to the point where he's starting to get real disrespectful with how he dresses.
It's just black.
Doesn't care. Like, no, but even the shoes.
Yeah.
They're just these little Nike lows.
Yeah.
Dress up, dude.
Yeah.
Look professional. I know you have
he's
$1
on
billion in the
leave.
bank, but I don't care. Dress properly.
I'm kind of over Phil.
Yeah, I'm off him. I loved him, especially because of the history he's had and the greatness throughout his whole career. And don't get me wrong, what a career. Amazing. Like three green jackets and stuff like that.
We can sit here all day and list his accolades, but I think
at the moment, I'm like, I think he's just gone.
He's kind of taken up. He's taken up a spot.
He's gone like that. Yeah,
He's taken up a spot.
Facts. So worst golf attire.
Yeah, I'd say Phil.
Just boring.
It's just boring.
He makes it work, but
also he makes it work. But then I'd much rather see Gary Player all decked out in all black.
Yeah, because he started it.
Because he started.
He
it.
walked so Phil could run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, facts. All right.
Go on. Next one. Oh God.
Yep. Who wins in a running race? Wait. Shut up. Yeah, see? What? Who wins? Hang on. Who wins in a running race?
Hang on.
What?
Okay, just get yourself together.
Who wins? I just loved your reaction to it. I just love this. Who wins in a running race? Patrick Reed or John Rahm?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Patrick Reed or John Rahm?
I'm sorry. I don't know why that was so funny. The reason why I chose them, and I'm asking this weird question, is because it's engaging and people are going to have a lot of comments as to who's going to win that race, and others, who's going to win a race between fucking Rory and Xander, or who.
See, here's
you know
the
what
thing.
I mean?
I'm starting to picture how that race would look, right? John Rahm, I reckon, takes really short steps because his backswing's like really short and only gets to here, right? I feel like that carries over. Just
the arms moving like this one.
And I feel like Patrick Reed, I feel like he'd find a way to cheat. Like he'd have a mate behind a tree with like an electric scooter or something, and just like, here, take this. And
no, it'd be like the in the Dictator where he starts shooting them. He has a gun. Oh my God, my face is red.
Patrick Reed's got the starter's gun. He takes 20 out. He gets a 20-yard head start before he sets it off.
He would find a way to cheat. That's amazing. The reason why I chose them because I feel like they have a very similar physique.
Yeah, John Rahm wins.
They're powerful in their own way, and they can produce look. You're not going to look at them and go, yeah, they're swimmers. You know what I mean?
No,
they're not track athletes. You know what I mean?
Oh God!
But for them,
shit, we need to wrap this up. This
So
is
who
getting
was
out of
it?
hand.
Who was it? Who'd you pick?
I said John Rahm's
You
going to win.
reckon John Rahm?
John Rahm wins, if you ask me.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like Patrick Reed has a lead.
Fuck.
And then trips at the very last and eats a face full of dirt. That'd be ideal, really.
No. We got to try and make this happen somehow. We got to get him to like.
If they were running away, if they were running away from a bunker towards a briefcase full of cash, yeah, I reckon Patrick Reed might have a chance.
He's got that covered.
Might have a chance, but in any other circumstance, John Rahm. Now my question's bloody irrelevant because I don't think I can top it.
I'm sorry if everyone thought I like completely overreacted and just.
Who wins a running race? Kathy Freeman or Asafa Powell?
I'm sorry. I'm just I just don't know why I found that so funny. I was just anticipating it to be hilarious, and his reaction was even better. Just fuck, that made me laugh. Oh my God.
Oh shit. Oh God.
I bet you didn't say that coming.
No, not even close.
Oh my God.
My question for you, and this is kind of on the topic of what we've been sort of on the topic of what we've been talking about today. What is your ideal price if you were to, like, when you pay for a round of golf? At what point do you go, oh?
Okay, well, what's the standard course?
That's the thing. Let's take that out, right? And because you could easily turn around and go, right, it depends on the standard of the course, right? You know that if you play your local muni that, isn't as great, you're going to pay less, right? But like, take all things into consideration. You could answer it 3 times over and go, right, well, for a local track, doesn't have the best upkeep and whatever, you don't want to spend more than $2 a hole, $36. right?
Yeah.
You could argue that, but then you could go
Like to go to play Royal or something.
Correct.
Okay, I understand. Okay, do you want me to do both ends of the spectrum or just my limit? Just my what's
do both ends of the spectrum. All right, I'll give you two courses.
hit me?
Right?
Yeah, hit me.
At what point would you turn around and go, if you got to play at Bundura?
Oh, if I had to pay any more than $40, I'd be like, cool, I'm going back to the car park, and then I just walk to the first.
Yeah, cool.
I'll be like, oh, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I tend to agree.
But we sort of that.
For local public tracks, I like to think that around about that $2.20 a hole works out.
That's about
36 to $40.
Yeah.
I've seen some public tracks where they've hiked their prices up after COVID because everyone's getting into it.
If we're within reason, if it deserves to, I back it. If the place is worthy of an $80 green fee, okay. It has to be worthy of it though. So
then your price to play at somewhere like Kingston Heath or Royal Melbourne or something, would you go?
Oh, see, I've got the luxury at the moment where I
take it out of it.
Okay.
Take it out. We know that you get PGA rates and it's a lot cheaper for you to play.
The contacts as well, I get looked after. But
that's ideal.
See, I'd pay.
But you just walk up. For some reason, you're allowed to just walk up on a Saturday afternoon and go.
To play Royal or
can I have the
Kingston
next
Heath
tee
or
time?
PK or something like that, I'd pay $250 easily.
Yeah, fair.
Easily.
Fair.
Maybe even more. It's just I have such a high appreciation for places like that.
Okay.
So
and
like
these are high caliber golf courses as well.
These are not only the best in Australia, these are top global courses that a lot of like global names, Tiger Woods for one, and everyone that played in that President's Cup as well said, "Holy shit, how good are these places?"
And they're bringing it back.
So like the top four that come to my head straight away is not in order. Is sort of Royal Melbourne as a whole. I love Royal West, but Vic, KH, PK as a whole, like Vic. Oh, I think I said Vic, but those four courses you can't fuck. How do you go past that? Like I'd fuck it, $500.
$500.
I'd pay $500 to play those.
Wowee.
If I was walking off the street and I walked up into the PK Pro Shop and said, "Yo, I want to play the North right now."
Yeah.
And they said you can tee off in 45 minutes. Here's a bucket of balls. And they show me the EFT machine going, there you go, tap there, and it's all yours. And it says 500 on it. Honestly, I'd probably go, yeah.
Here's something for you.
Hit me.
So on top100golfcourses.com, Royal Melbourne West, number 6.
What? In Australia?
World.
Oh, yeah, that's facts.
St Andrews Old Golf Course, 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah. According to this website, Royal Melbourne is a better golf course than St Andrews Golf. Well, St Andrews, the old course at St Andrews.
This might sound biased. I don't have the experience or luxury of playing at St Andrews Old Course, and I hope to God one day I do.
It's also better than Augusta National.
Really?
12.
Wow.
It's better than Pebble, 16. Kingston Heath, 20.
I'd rate it higher. Oh, well, then again, I'm biased. I haven't played courses over in Europe or the US yet. I haven't had the luxury of playing
Dunes, 26.
Okay. What's number 1?
Barnbougle Dunes is a better golf course, according to this website, than Pinehurst number 2, which is hosting the US Open in a month.
What's number 1? What's number 1?
According to this, it's a Cypress Point.
Wow, I've heard some amazing things about that place, both from
Pine Valley's number 2.
people. I've heard that's
Do
magic.
you want me to go through? I'll go through
Just go top 10. Just go do top 10.
All right. So number 1 is Cypress Point. Number 2 is Pine Valley in New Jersey. Number 3 is Royal County Down, the championship golf course.
That used to be number 1.
Northern Ireland. Shinnecock Hills in New York is number 4. The National Golf Links of America is number 5. Royal Melbourne's number 6. St Andrews Old Course is 7. Oakmont is number 8. Sand Hills in Nebraska, I've never really heard of it, is number 9. Trump Turnberry is 10. I'll go through the top 20.
All right.
Muirfield is 11. Augusta National is 12. Royal Dornoch, the championship course, is 13. Royal Port Rush, the Dunluce course, is 14. Marion East Golf Course is 15. Pebble Beach, 16. Ballybunion Old Course is 17. Fisher Island in New York is 18. Royal St. George's in England is 19 and Kingston Heath is 20.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Few
Couple
Aussie /
Aussie.
Victorian courses there.
A couple Aussie golf courses.
Yeah,
in
wow.
there.
I don't know how to rate a lot of them because I haven't played them. Like I said, haven't had the luxury of.
This is a very interesting list.
Really?
Very.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, but Kingston Heath and Royal Melbourne West being inside the top 20, not surprised.
No.
Because I've played those courses when they've been at
I
their
caddied
best.
for you at Kingston Heath.
You did when I shot 104,000 off the stick.
Yeah, it was a good day.
But
I did a really good job.
After playing Royal Melbourne West at its best and Kingston Heath at its best, like if there is golf courses that play better than that, far out. Like carpet, man. It is unbelievable. If you do get the luxury to play there, pay $500 as a green fee to play there because I promise you it's worth it.
Yeah,
that's
what it's going to cost.
I honestly think they're worth more. I seriously think they're worth more. They seriously are. These places are unbelievable, and I can't stress it enough. Especially for like Royal Melbourne West, it is once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
they're, like those.
If
places,
you ever get the chance, don't pass it up.
It's just and obviously what would your limit be? I guess. Do you want to do that? Like do a bit?
Yeah,
What's
like
people's limits? What's the number one course you think ever? You know what I mean?
Look, for me, local golf courses, I'd probably be a little bit less inclined to pay more money because they're more accessible to me.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I'd probably cap it at about $200 to play at Royal. That's what I deem to be worth it. And then again at $200, it might be like I'm not doing this all that often, so I might as well have a crack.
Facts. Yeah. Have you ever played Royal?
No. One day, and we will.
Yeah,
we will.
I'll go get you on a Royal.
Yeah. And then going overseas, I'd probably pay a bit more. Like if I was in the car park at Bethpage Black.
What about PK? What would you pay to play PK?
Probably about the same, $180, $200.
I think we know someone at PK, don't we?
Just yeah. Marcus Raptopoulos.
He's saying it real loud.
Like I said, overseas I'd probably pay a little bit more.
Yeah, because it's that experience.
Because it's the experience. Would I pay $650 to play Pebble Beach? I'd think twice, but I probably would.
I probably would too.
I'd think twice.
I would too.
Pebble is.
You'd have to play it by ear because of the conditions. Because you've seen people that go, I paid $600 for this, and there's a flag going sideways, and they can't stand up. Yeah. So you play it by ear. You go out there. Okay, a little bit of breeze, sunny. Let's go out, sort of thing. That's sort of how you do it.
And I'd also hope that the golf course is understanding enough to go, right, it's blowing 100 trillion miles an hour. We might drop the fees.
That's a good point. Actually, do you think a golf course should alter fees depending on what sort of day the elements
100%.
brings?
Let me tell you,
what sort of standard the course is in.
Let me tell
punched
you,
greens. This is a huge thing. If I go to a golf course and I get charged to play there for full fees, and the greens are punched and it's like putting on Lego. Fuck, give me my money back.
I have a story for you on this topic, and I'm going to tell it very quickly. There's a great website out there called Crazy Golf Deals. If you're in Australia, you can use them. They're fantastic. They partner up with a bunch of golf courses and offer 2-for-1 deals, or 2 players and a cart for dirt cheap. I bought one of them to play a golf course out in the far northern suburbs of Melbourne, which I'll explain to you offline. And I took a mate out there. We went and had a bash. It was midweek, so I was like, it's going to be dead, no dramas. Get there, and the bloke in the pro shop goes, "Now, boys, just letting you know they were punched 2 weeks ago." And I'm thinking, 2 weeks, fine, no dramas, no dramas, right? 2 weeks it's long enough.
That's where they're at their worst.
You reckon?
Yeah. After greens are cored, like fully cored, that week of not that bad because there's still a sand layering on top of it. Once everything settles in, and then people get on them, and the grass grows a little bit, that's when they're funky, and that's that 2 week period.
Okay, fair enough, but that's not why they were this bad, and I'll explain in a second. And he goes, because I've had my own experiences with coring and stuff. It happens all the time at Berg. Fine, right?
Has to be done.
Yep. They've been cored 2 weeks ago. I'm thinking, okay, it's not going to be terrible, but it won't be that great either. So we know what we're getting.
Enjoy it.
I get out onto the putting green, and there is, no joke, an inch layer of sand on the putting green. Putting on the beach, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's just this one. Maybe this one was done last. Like, we'll go and have a suss. We played 4 holes. I was back in the pro shop asking for my money back.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you've used the voucher now, so I can give you like a couple of vouchers in the pro shop and stuff. I just grabbed a couple of Titleist hats. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, it was horrible.
Wow.
2 weeks after a core, and they were, no joke, each green was an inch layer of sand.
Just not even close.
And it was the absolute worst.
Yeah. Wow.
And I feel like because I rang.
Do you reckon you'd pay to play there if the course was up to a standard?
Yeah, 100%.
Up to standard?
100%.
Okay.
It was completely worthwhile if the course is up to standard.
Okay.
That voucher.
I'm trying to think where it would be.
I'll tell you in a sec. You'll be pretty surprised.
Right, tell us when we
But I feel like if you ring to play at a place as a guest, right, especially or as a member of the public, and course works are happening or have been happening recently, they should tell you that on the phone.
They should go, okay, just letting you
know. And
I
understand it probably deters a lot of business, right? But still, you're going to get that business.
You'd rather tell someone on the phone, just quickly, just letting you know that the greens have been punched, or there is a temporary hole in, or there's a temporary course because this, and this. You'd rather that than you not tell them. You sting them for $80 for
a booking fee.
For a booking fee or something like that.
Non-refundable booking fee.
They come in, they go out there, hate it, and they tell 12 of their mates, don't go to this place.
That's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I did.
You'd rather tell them over the phone, be respectful about it, them go, okay, what about a discounted fee? They go out there, okay, fine. I played the course. It was discounted. Fine.
I told mates about this after it happened. I'm like, oh, yeah, I went and played at this place and it was, oh, what'd you think? I'm like, shithole. That one experience ruined my whole thing. And I haven't been back since. I probably won't go.
Would it change your mind if it was up to a standard?
What do you mean?
As in, if it was up to if I could guarantee you it was at a really good standard and you went there and it was fine.
Yeah, fine, 100%.
Would it change your mind?
100%. 100%. But now I'm just like, I'm scared to go back.
Yeah, I don't want a bad experience.
Not interested.
PTSD.
100%.
Yeah.
Very good. I think that's a good place to leave it. We've rambled on a little bit there. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like and subscribe if you follow us on YouTube. If you follow us on Spotify, like I said, drop us a follow, 5-star review, share it with a couple of your mates. That'd be really ideal.
Option E, all of the above.
Yeah, do everything. Follow us everywhere.
Do everything.
Like everything. Subscribe everywhere. We do know. Don't scare them, dude. Far out.
Sorry, I'm not intimidating.
Be sure to check out our TikToks and our Instagram reels as well. Let us know if you've got any questions from the second cut.
Yep. Send them through.
We will do another episode of that soon, I'm hoping.
I'm really going to be trying to be conscious of that. Like a mid-ep or something like that. If we're on a topic, I'll try and whip up a video or something like that and go through a couple comments and sort of express it. We'll spend 5 minutes doing that. So we're really going to try and be conscious of that.
Absolutely.
So trying to engage everyone in our conversations as well.
Exactly. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to leave it there. Like and subscribe. Follow us everywhere, and we'll see you next week. Hit them well. Cheers.